Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a little while since I've had a face-to-face talking with you all. I'm going to be doing more interviews, more pedal reviews and stuff like that here coming up soon. I'm going to show, I got a lot of video ideas in the making. I've got this rev pedal that I'm going to run directly into my 2 notes and use it as like a super portable rig. Maybe you could just have literally 2 pedals on a pedal board and run it to front of house, something like that, you know? I'm going to experiment with that a little bit more. Same with the Jeff Loomis pedal or any preamp pedal, really. So I think we're going to give that a shot, see how good we can make that sound. And can you literally just go to a gig and have a little pedal board, that be your only rig, and run that to front of house or something? That would be really, really neat. There's a couple other ideas that I've got going on that I'm going to be doing. Plus, as you all have seen my X-Pick video, that's making its way up north to Canada, to a very famous YouTuber. Yeah. And I don't know if he'll mention me or not. It doesn't matter if he mentions me or not. That's really not the point of me sending it to him. Me sending it to him is to show people, hey, don't fall for this crap. Something that XPic explicitly told me, hey, we welcome you sending it to a big YouTuber. It's going to get us more exposure. And I'm like, I don't think it's going to get you the exposure you think it is. Well, it's actually happening. I don't want to drop his name, okay? Because I don't want to ruin the surprise. I want to let him do his thing. He'll come out with it when he comes out with it. You know what I'm saying? So, all in all, we'll let that be what it is. Just stay tuned for it. But let's get into this. Wintersun yet again. You know, this is getting more and more disappointing as time goes on. Literally, no pun intended either. I don't care if they release time, okay? I don't care when they release time. What I actually do care about is them releasing new material, at least every now and then. The last time they released something was in 2017. The 4 Seasons. And while it was a 4-song full-length album, it still kind of felt like a half album. You know what I mean? I believe the album was a full, 56 minutes long, and with it just being 4 songs, it's not that it was disappointing. I loved it. I just thought we would get more of that often. You know what I mean? Nothing feels like a full-length album with them except for their first album. That is a full-length album. I don't know how many minutes it comes in at. I should have probably checked before the video, but it doesn't matter to me. It feels different. The songs are different. They all go into different themes. With the 4 Seasons, you got 4 songs. They were each different themed, but they did stick to that main principle, of course. And with that, it felt shorter. You know what I mean? But I love that album. I absolutely love that album. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, I thought more would come out sooner. Let's get into the promises Wintersun made as well, okay? And like I said, there's good things that they've done, things that aren't so good, okay? So one of the good things that they did was, started not focusing on time to crank out more albums. That was the point. They were going to do more campaigns. They told us, hey, you purchase the online versions, those go directly to us. We do with that money whatever we want, but you're going to get a product in return. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's just me buying something. I don't care. I don't care what you do with the money afterwards. You know what I mean? But then that shifted. That shifted to, we're not going to do that anymore. Even though they never said they weren't going to do it anymore, there's been absolutely no signs of any kind of a campaign or anything coming up. I have no clue, and it's taken way too long. It's been 6 years coming up this month since the release of 4 Seasons. Before that, it was it 2012 whenever Wintersun came out with Time Part 1. So that was, what was that, 5 years? Yeah, 5 years. And before that, when did Self-Titled come out? Was it 2002 or 2004? I don't know. But we all know it was at least 15 years, just about. No, it would have been 10 years. At least 10 years, okay? 8 to 10 years is whenever they've released Time, okay? Now, Time's a different story, okay? I don't care about what people believe in it. I don't care what he believes in it. I get it whenever they say, well, this album's just too complex. We just want to, put it on the back burner till we have a better studio. And it's like, that's cool. They've always been nailing in our head, we need our own studio. We need our own studio. We need our own studio. He promised he was going to do this to put out more music. And here we are, 6 years later, after the plan goes into action. His whole plan to get a new studio has been taking place since like 2014, or getting more, what I mean, ever since part 2 didn't come out. He was like, I don't want to release part 2 and do this. I want it to be perfect. Okay, fine. You want that album to be perfect. Let that album be the perfect one. Give us these other albums then that don't have to be perfect. You know what I mean? And we've been just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. So then what happens in between? Well, in all the time that we believe Yari to be working, it turns out he opened up a Patreon that I started with. I had to cancel because it just was not going anywhere. I was tired of getting their weird podcasts, answering questions that I really genuinely didn't care about. Some questions were okay, but there's a lot of other stuff that came out, and they were asking about new album stuff, and it was always, oh, we can't say anything. And it's like, wow, I came here for, some sort of update years later, and there's just nothing? Cool. So I left. Only to find out that all these videos come out like a few weeks later on YouTube, and it's like, okay, well, I can wait a few weeks for news. And then, of course, you go to their YouTube channel, and, well, let's bring it up, okay? Let's just bring up exactly what their YouTube channel is, and, we can go Wintersun Yari here. And what is it? Force That Weeps. Awesome. Live. Doing some kind of playthroughs, low tunings with solar guitars, okay? Metallica Enter Sandman, something that I, not very Wintersun, but all right. Megadeth, wow, live Wintersun Battle Against Time. He can't Yingwei. Okay. Live again. Sleeping Stars live. Live. Taking a gym out for a spin. Okay, just noodling on a guitar. Their guitar school came out 11 months ago. Okay, they kind of teach you how to play a little bit of guitar. All right. Live. Another guitar school thing. Live guitar school. There's their podcast that they were kind of doing. Live. Do y'all get it? None of this is new material. It's recycling. And it's like, this is great, guys. But, like, I just don't get it. How long can you ride the hype of 2 really old albums and a moderately new-ish album? Can we call it new? I mean, at this point, 4 Seasons to me is old. I was a completely different person 6 years ago. I didn't have kids 6 years ago. I wasn't married 6 years ago. I didn't own my own house 6 years ago. Actually, I didn't not only not own my own house 6 years ago, I also didn't sell my own house and buy another house. You know what I mean? 6 years ago. I've had so many life changes that have happened that I feel like I'm going to end up just forgetting about Wintersun almost. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. So what do they do now? After all this time, out of nowhere, they decide, hey, we're going to release a track. But how are they going to do this, right? Before the, so here's before the release of the new short instrumental track on March 9th, okay? Oh, it's coming out today. Oh, there we go. I thought it was tomorrow. But no. So the new instrumental track will be out now, exclusively on Bandcamp. Music out March 10th. Music video out March 10th. So they're going to make a music video over an instrumental. Interesting, but okay. Check out this live video of the Forest That Weeps Summer. Yeah, and see, that's kind of the problem, isn't it? So let's go to the Wintersun one because they get more comments, okay? Let's go to theirs. Please don't dox me. There we go. Not that I care too much, but still. Okay, so the track is out now. I haven't even listened to it yet, okay? So let's read about this a little bit. Wintersun, new instrumental track, warning, release now. Get it from Wintersun Bandcamp, So when they mean get it from Wintersun Bandcamp, do I have to pay to view it and then for it to go away? We'll find out. The new instrumental track, warning, is out now. Get the song exclusively from Wintersun Bandcamp, only available for a limited time. The release includes master files plus other formats, 3-page 4K booklet, isolated tracks, dynamic and orchestral versions. I get it, but I don't know why you're trying to why make money out all this? Your music video comes out tomorrow on YouTube, so it looks like we can listen to it for free. That's awesome. I was hoping it would be that. I was hoping it wouldn't be monetized like that. You can buy this, a special edition version, I guess. That's not so bad, okay? I'm not going to complain about that. I thought it was pay to listen only, to which I was going to get irritated. And it kind of comes off that way. Let's look at the post. Guys, don't get hyped too much. It's still going to be something cool, short and sweet, a little appetizer, while I'm prepping the main course for you. When he says prepping the main course for me, it makes it sound like this album is not even close to being done yet. And it's kind of like, how is that possible? Because if this is new material, this isn't time, okay? Does it really take 6 years to produce something along the lines of 4 seasons? You know what I mean? I'm not meaning to be negative about this. I'm really not wanting to be negative about this. Wintersun is my all-time favorite band. But their marketing strategies are so bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's so bad. New track to be released next week, Thursday, March 9th. Okay. Wintersun will release a new short instrumental track that next week on Thursday. Now, I don't even know if this track is supposed to be an instrumental or not. Is it supposed to be an instrumental, or is it not done yet? Is it going to turn into a new song later on? Or is it actually finished? This kind of just seems like Yari was like, okay, I'm finally ready to make an album, slapped something together and said, okay, I'll get finished with the rest later. That's what it feels like. It might not be true at all. He may have the whole thing pretty much done and it's just in the final phases. Could be. But they're not good at communicating at all. And that's a major issue with Wintersun. They need to hire somebody who is capable of telling them this is going to get you negative blowback, this is going to get you positive feedback, okay? Like, they need somebody that knows what they're doing on social media, because these guys don't know what they're doing. The release will be a Bandcamp exclusive and only for a limited time. This will be a nice little taster for you guys to hear what Yari has been cooking. You can sign up to follow Wintersun Bandcamp so you will get notified immediately when the song is out. Now, do you see how that reads? This will be exclusive, Bandcamp exclusive. Well, they're obviously given a free version on YouTube. Do you understand why them not mentioning that made me think, oh, this is pay to preview? You know what I mean? So, this is crazy. Now, he says the music video will follow YouTube. Oh, he did say YouTube. Okay, never mind. I didn't click on the see more, so that's probably just my bad there, you know? But how many people didn't click on that and thought, wow, cool, they're monetizing it? And let me show you how many people, okay? I can actually literally show you how many people thought that. I'm surprised this is real. A new album would be timely. Was 4 Seasons 2018? No, 2017. I remember the exact day, exactly where I was and what house I was, every single thing. It came out in March of, or was it May actually? Did I pre-order in March? I can't remember. Actually, maybe I don't remember exactly. I know what house I was in. I was in a place that, in a little house, actually, that I was renting. I once wrote an album title. Okay, they must have learned that new Metallica song already to cover, right? Let's see. Where was the comments I say? I'm holding out for Live from Our Sauna. Looking forward to the song and music video. I couldn't possibly care less about Yari's antics these days, but man, the comments are worth checking in for. Keep going. A short instrumental track only on, for a limited time. Wow, the hype is high. Yeah, and see, this is a person that didn't think he was coming to YouTube either because of that. Guys, on the internet, stuff is forever. Even if Yari removes it, it doesn't mean suddenly no one will be able to listen to it again. That's true, That's very true. Do they mean it's only listenable for a limited time, or do they mean it's on Bandcamp for a limited time before they put it on Spotify? I wouldn't be surprised either. See, this is someone who didn't click on that and read it either. At this point, I just want to hear what he's been working on. It'll never live up to the hype behind it, but can anything live up to that? Well, I don't know about that now. Looking forward to this. Thank you guys. Looking forward to this. Okay, I didn't realize it was limited on Bandcamp. So this person was happy at first, and then they were upset. Not gonna lie, my biggest concern is the short bit. I can care less if it's only on Bandcamp. Someone's going to pirate it and toss it up on YouTube anyway, or Yari will do it himself. My guess, it will be less than 1 minute, and that's a good possibility, to be honest. A short instrumental song for a limited time, only on Bandcamp. Don't get too excited, you know. Indeed, none of these people said, okay, the next day on YouTube, this person figured it out, you know. So I use YouTube for music. I have premium, so I just download all the albums. Okay, gotcha. I was listening to music on YouTube. Okay. So a lot of people didn't get that part. Kind of my point. They don't communicate very well with people. They just leave people hanging, and then they start getting on the internet. When people start getting mad, like, hey, is anything happening? Yari will end up going up there and kind of, you know, trashing them a little bit. And he's getting frustrated with them, and it's like, you all are not doing the norm, okay? You can't expect people to understand that you're Wintersun, right? Okay? You do things differently than other bands. When every other band does something wildly different, you know, actually does things for their fans more often, doesn't put a bunch of stuff behind a paywall. The stuff that's behind their paywall is utterly ridiculous. Their podcasts and stuff like that, they should be doing it just on YouTube for free, okay? If y'all want to collect ad revenue on it, do that. If y'all want to collect super chats and stuff like that, do that. But stop putting it on a paywall at Patreon. That's irritating more people than it's actually making people come to your platform. I know you all probably are sustainable off of that and making some actual money to live off of. But while you're doing that, while that, you know, 1% of your audience is doing that, the rest of the 99% of your audience is getting angry. You know? Come on, Yari, give us what we really want. The new Metallica song lowest tuning. Okay. 6 years of 2 minutes. 6 years for 2 minutes of new music. It makes you spend more than 18 days to compose each second. I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong about it coming out in 2018. I thought it came out in 2017. I'm pretty confident it did. Like, I don't know. I have it in my head. I could look it up, but I don't really care that much. 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. I don't care. It's too long. Wintersun releases videos and other material. Fans get mad on Yari for not releasing music. Wintersun releases music teasing next album. Fans get mad at Yari for not releasing more music. Well, I think that explains a lot. Top fan, you know what I mean? Like, obviously the guy is ready. Like, he'll sit there and he'll defend Wintersun if they don't release an album for 15 years. They almost did that, by the way. They were about 5 years late, or 5 years early. But, you know, it's just crazy. 1 hour equals 7 years. That's really close to reality there, you know? I mean, yeah, where they released like an hour-long album after 7 years, you know what I mean? It's a little wild in that sense. It's 2 minutes of Yari farting into an $8,000 array of Neumann mics. That'd be really funny, actually. I actually would be down to that. Yeah, and Rip the Band told me they were going to release their unreleased stuff if this video hit 10K, but I'm kind of doubting it. What is this? String theory? I'll have to look them up. Yeah, Wintersun and the new song don't belong in the same sentence. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting, to be honest. There are nowhere near as much hate comments on that as when you least expect it, March 9th and March 10th. What do you mean when you least expect it? You really read the comments and previous announcement post, and you genuinely gleaned that most of the responses were hype. My guy, words have meanings, right? There is that too, you know. At least Mr. Peterson there understands the real situation. I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate every Wintersun song. I do too. It's just, I would appreciate it if they got to work a little bit more on this stuff. They're going to claim that they've been working this whole time and that the songs are this complex, but I mean, look, let's get real. As I've gotten older and as I've gotten better in understanding how to write music and stuff like that, I've kind of realized that that's actually really not true. You know what I mean? It's not so complex that you can't get it done. You know what I mean? He's obviously not doing this as his full-time job, and it's fine. He can do whatever he wants. Just don't expect to retain fans. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be mad whenever fans decide, hey, we're going the other way now. We don't want to support you because you're not doing the job that we're literally giving you money for. You know what I mean? That's kind of the big issue. You know what I mean? We should have had, like, he should have built his studio by now. He should have had more crowdfunding campaigns. His studio should have been built. But now it's just like, what's the news on the studio? And the answer is we don't know. We have no clue. I don't even know if he knows. I don't think he wants a studio anymore. I think he got all the money. He's like, I could just do all this equipment and do it inside my apartment here, wherever he lives. And just, he's like, whatever, you know. And that's fine. And then he's riding on the hype. But that hype is running out, you know. Let's see. This guy says he's listening. He's trying. What else do people want? He's not going to pull an album out of his rear end. No, but I don't think it takes 6 years to make an album, man. I really don't. You know, it didn't take him 6 years to make Time 2. It didn't even come close. He did Time 2. Time 1, actually. The full Time album was done, and it had been done for years and years and years. But he couldn't get all the sounds that he wanted out of it. You know, it wasn't the tone he wanted. It wasn't the clarity he wanted. So he kept tweaking it. And now he's like, I got to put it on the shelf. It doesn't take that long for him to make the music, guys. At most, it takes him about 6 to 8 months to compose and write and record probably everything. More than likely. Close, maybe even a year. I'll even say it takes him 2 years. How long do you think it's going to take to mix and master after that? For real? A year? 2 years? Again? At a bare minimum, he could release an album every 4 years. Bare minimum. And we would be fine with that. Realistically, I think he could do an album every 2 years to 3 years. I really don't see the problem with that at all. Most bands wait every 2 years to release an album, so that way they're not oversaturating the market with a bunch of music. You know? Dream Theater's a great example. They do it every 2 years on the dot. You know what I mean? They've gotten it down. And if Dream Theater can do it, Wintersun can do it. That's my argument on that anyway. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna check out this song now. I'm gonna listen to it as soon as I close this video out. I don't want to really give a review on it because it's not big enough. You know what I mean? It's not long enough. Maybe I'll do a Wintersun album review when they release this album. And I'll also do a review on, was the time waiting for this new album worth it? If it's worth it, I'll let you know, honestly. I'll be like, wow, actually, this was a very impressive album. You know, I guess it wasn't too bad waiting. If it wasn't, well, I'll let you know. Anyway, what do you all think about this news? Please comment down in the comments below. Tell me what you all think about it. I'll be getting back to some more gear reviews here soon. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.